what's up, college football fans, and welcome to another edition of TJ's College Football Vlog. Let's go ahead and jump right into Contender and Pretender. We're going to look at the coaches this week for Contender and Pretender. Contender this week, Coach Mark Dantonio, Michigan State, coming off a big win against Michigan. There's not a lot more you can say about Coach Dantonio. Just a solid guy, just a very classy guy, and the guy knows how to win. And he wins at a very difficult place. You know, in Michigan State is a tough place to recruit. You're right there with Michigan. You're right there with Ohio State. You're competing against some of the best Big Ten schools. And honestly, the mentality in the Big Ten is that Michigan State is a basketball school, and they can thank Tom Izzo and all the great things he's done at Michigan State too. But Mark Dantonio in the last couple of years has pulled off some really big wins. The fake field goal for a touchdown pass against Notre Dame last year, and now this year pulling off the big win against Michigan. Bravo, Coach Mark Dantonio. Well done. For Pretender this week, we're going to look at another coach as well. And this one's going to take a little bit of explaining, so just go with me on this. Pretender this week is Coach Tom O'Brien from North Carolina State. Now, hear me when I say this. I don't hold any grudge against Coach O'Brien. I think he's a good guy, quality coach. But Coach O'Brien made one really bad decision this offseason. He had a player named Russell Wilson, starting quarterback for the Wolfpack. Russell Wilson is a very rare talent, exceptional baseball player and football player. And so Russell Wilson wanted to continue playing baseball as well as football at North Carolina State. And Coach O'Brien told him he could not do this. You need to understand that Russell Wilson isn't just playing baseball for fun. He was actually drafted in the MLB draft, talented at both. And so when Russell Wilson made it clear that he was going to continue playing baseball, Coach O'Brien removed him from the team. What do? Well, if you're Russell Wilson, you go to the University of Wisconsin, who is in need of a quarterback. And how has he done at the University of Wisconsin? Well, let me run you through some of his stats this year. 1,557 passing yards, a 74% completion rate, 14 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a passer rating of 210. Oh, and I should mention that Wisconsin is undefeated. Number 6 in the country, and number 1 in scoring offense. Coach O'Brien, I know you're a military man. I know you like things just so. But sometimes you gotta be a little flexible with your players, especially with a talent like Russell Wilson. To quote Chris Carter from ESPN, come on, man. Alright, let's get into games of the week. We're starting the SEC. We're going to look at Auburn at number 1 LSU. Now, if you look by just the rankings, this one looks like a fairly easy win for LSU. But you got to remember that Auburn and LSU, they play a lot of close games, and Auburn has a pretty dynamic offense. Now, I'm looking for LSU to win this game, but I'm looking for this one to go into the fourth quarter and look for Auburn to get the Bayou Bengals sweating a little bit. Next, we're going to go up to the Midwest. We're going to look at USC going to Notre Dame. Man, just 5 or 6 years ago, this game had national title implications, and now we're looking at a matchup between two unranked teams. Things change quickly in college football, but I'm looking for a pretty good game here. I'm looking for a lot of points scored. I like Matt Barkley from USC, and well, quite frankly, I don't really like Notre Dame's defense, so I'm looking for USC to put up about 30-40 points and get the W in this one. Now, let's reference back to our Contender and Pretender again and understand how they connect to what my game of the week is this week. Wisconsin at Michigan State. We're going to have Russell Wilson, who I mentioned earlier, and then Coach Mark Dantonio from Michigan State. Now, usually I don't get this excited about Big Ten matchups because, hey, let's be honest. I'm an SEC snob, all right? That's just the way it is. But this one's going to be a good one, and this has all kinds of implications about who will go to the Big Ten Championship and probably who's going to compete for the national title. Now, Wisconsin, all you need to know is they score lots of points and they give up very few points. But Michigan State, this is at Michigan State. It's in East Lansing, and it's Mark Dantonio at the helm. I'm looking for this one to be tight, and you know what? I'm going to call for the Michigan State upset here. Go Sparty. Now, for hometown heroes. Now, South Carolina has an off week this week, and honestly, just to go into it for a second, this off week comes at a pretty good time for SC. As they're reeling a bit, they've just lost Steven Garcia permanently, at least we think. Can never be sure. And we've just lost Marcus Lattimore at running back. So South Carolina, for the rest of the season, is really going to figure out who they are. Are they going to just, kind of draw up and maybe win 1 or 2 more games and settle for another bowl named after a pizza company? Or are they going to take a little lesson from their baseball team, do a little battle, and win anyway? We'll find out. In the meantime, we have number 8, Clemson, taking on North Carolina in Death Valley. Now, I like North Carolina. I like their offense, but Clemson is just hot. And I don't see North Carolina giving them any problems at home. I look for Clemson to once again win pretty comfortably. And just to give you a preview from here on, until Clemson walks into Williams-Brice-Columbia, I'm really not seeing much of a chance for a loss for Clemson coming into that game, barring a surprising effort from maybe a North Carolina or a Georgia Tech. And that's a lot for me to say as a Gamecock fan. So, Clemson fans, I'm offering you an olive branch here, okay? Let's see if you can return the favor. I'm really doubtful, but yeah. Anyway. Now let's go on to Furman versus Wofford. Little upstate 1AA rivalry. Now, Wofford's coming into Furman for Furman's homecoming game, which I am missing, and is killing me. These 2 teams have just been hard to figure out this year. I mean, Wofford has a tough time against Presbyterian, and then they dominate App State. And Furman, it looks like they have their offense figured out, and they can't even score 20 points against Samford. I'm really having a hard time figuring these teams out. Now I have to say, and this comes with a lot of hand-wringing, and this doesn't feel good to say, but I'm really having to go with Wofford in this. It's hard to pick against a team that just shut down App State the way they did. And I'm just not completely sold on Furman yet in the 2011 season. So I'm going to go... This hurts, you see. This hurt. Look behind me. Behind me. This hurts to say, but I've got to go with Wofford right now. I'm pulling for Furman to completely surprise me here, and I know they can, but right now my pick is Wofford in a close game. Well, that's all I have for college football this week. Hope everyone's doing well. Wish you a good week, and God bless. Bye-bye.